So the Commonwealth Bank now thinks that there's going to be a rate cut next month, but others like Westpac and NAB still think it's likely to be in May.
Yeah.
So you're thinking that it's going to remain on hold for February?
Yeah, so look, let's look at Gareth Ed and Combank, a really great colleague. He's been there and probably been quite one of the most dovish people out there around rate cuts pretty much for 15 months. So I'm not surprised he still holds the idea that February is on. If you look at all the data, all things remaining, you probably have to argue that February's too early. I mean, if you look at the monthly CPI data that we've had, all the way up, we've got one more to go with December. It'd be very hard to see on the 29th, so in about 10 days' time, that rates would be able to be moved in February because seeing inflation coming to about 3.2, 3.3% on the trim mean figure. That's why probably more likely May, because then we'll get the first quarter of this calendar year of CPI data, which will come out in mid-April, which is why May is the more likely number. It just gives us a bit more data and a bit more understanding about why the RBA is still holding. So that's why we believe that it will probably be May rather than February, because there's just not enough data to confirm that inflation's stable yet.
And there's been a surprise slowdown in US inflation. What's going on there?
Yeah, so it caught the market off guard overnight. We actually saw the December figure come in at 3.2%. First time US inflation has actually gone backwards since they started cutting rates back in September. So it was a real positive thing. It showed that inflation's getting back towards 2%, and in an area that we here in Australia need to look at as well. Shelter, so rents and new build cost increases, actually fell in the December quarter over in the US. That's a good thing for us here as well. It makes up a third of their overall CPI number, and that there is why markets last night liked it and why there is now a belief that the Fed could cut rates. So 3.2% still seems high for the US, but it was supposed to be 3.4. So a real positive step forward for their numbers and a good lead for us as well.
Okay, Evan Lucas, appreciate it. Thank you.